Hey everyone. My name is Geoff Ogrin. I'm with Softcrylic. We're a data and analytics consulting company. Softcrylic recently became part of the Hexaware family, which is a global IT services organization and technology organization. But really excited to take you through the data foundation today. We have a lot of good use cases to go through. Me specifically, I run the data activation practice at Softcrylic. My team focuses a lot on marketing automation and CDP implementations, as well as media activations and personalization activations. So look forward to taking you through this today. Brad, I'm going to kick it over to you to talk a little bit about your practice and Softcrylic.
Sure, thanks, Geoff. Hey all, Brad Kossmann. I lead data science and analytics at Softcrylic. So my team handles everything from reporting through just sort of analytics and spreadsheet type operations, all the way up through cloud ML and AI. And so there's a lot of interplay between Geoff's and my team, as we'll illustrate later. Who we are is Softcrylic, again, part of Hexaware now. Basically, we're split up into two functions. One is engineering and one is data and analytics. And all of that is focused on marketing. So even our engineers know a lot about marketing data, which has its nuances, right? Digital data, especially clickstream, things like that, have little quirks to them that are difficult to work with. So our engineering team and our data and analytics team really have marketing data in our DNA. And that synergy of those two things allows us to bring in data, manipulate data, use advanced analytics, and then through Geoff's team actually activate on that data. So that whole end-to-end spectrum of how you, manipulate and leverage your Martech data. I'm going to hand it back over to Geoff to drill down into that in a little bit more detail.
Yeah. So we came up with this concept of data has a journey, right? And we've actually, over the last 4 to 5 years, we've structured our organization around this journey. And what we have found with the different clients and companies we work with is every company is at a different maturity level of the data journey. And we've actually structured our practices around this data journey. So some of our clients are really good at strategizing in the data capture side, which is all focused on digital analytics. But a lot of them need help in that advanced analytics space and data modeling and app engineering help, and then on to activation. The whole idea and our ethos behind this is really the journey never ends. It only improves with a continual loop of measurement. And we really focus on kind of a test and learn methodology for all our clients, essentially. So let's get into the marketing data foundation. So we came up with this concept of really working with our different clients across the different verticals. Essentially, the marketing foundation is end-to-end first-party data management across all your channels. What we have found is, essentially, a lot of our clients, they're really good at the data collection piece of the world, let's say in the paid media space with their agency partners, but all that data is siloed within their agency, from the cost, the impressions, the clicks, to the media costs, right? They haven't even brought that into their own internal data warehouse. A lot of times, too, our companies are really good with Adobe Analytics and Google Analytics. However, that data is siloed as well. So we help them achieve this through the marketing data foundation, essentially. And the whole idea is to bring this into MDF and make sure that foundation is built around your business use cases. So things like marketing campaigns, e-commerce, product, different types of behavior. And really, we organize this by line of business. We kind of take a tenant model to this as well for larger organizations. And then I will say the biggest thing with this process is data quality and assurance. It's the philosophy, garbage in, garbage out, right? Why activate on that garbage, right? So data quality assurance is a fundamental underlying support of the marketing data foundation, and it's critical we get that piece right, essentially. So here's how it could help. The first one is advanced data wrangling. Brad has a team of amazing analysts on his team. However, they spend a lot of time pulling data, like I said, from the agency partners, going into Adobe Analytics, pulling that data, and doing all that data wrangling, where they should be spending time on insights and analytics. So having pre-built data wrangling already there as part of MDF is very valuable. The next is identity alignment and identity resolution. We feel companies and the clients we work with should own their identity stitching model, right? It gives them a little more flexibility than CDPs. Although CDPs do this well, owning your own identity resolution is really critical. and it'll help you in the long run. CDP feeds is another big one we focus on. Having this MDF actually helps the organization think through all the business terms, and they know how to use it already. So bringing this into the CDP built in a similar model is very helpful. It also helps from audience building and segmentation within the CDP as well. And then finally, exploration and delivery. This really helps. You own all the intelligence, you know where it needs to be delivered. And Brad's team, right, has a base foundation to do all the advanced analytics and modeling work as well. So some other benefits we wanted to talk about. Quick time to market. All the time we get requests to either a third-party data source needs data from you, or we need to upload a file to a LiveRamp or a data onboarder, right? Having this already in your Martech stack makes it much easier to do that instead of going in and creating that CDP extract. Data ownership is another big thing here. Let's say you're unhappy with your marketing automation platform or CDP platform. This gives you the ability to pivot very quickly into a new vendor or a new technology, essentially. Go beyond a CDP as well. As I mentioned, you have that 360 view of the customer. A lot of times marketing departments do work with this data solely, but this gives you a lot of opportunity to go expand outside of marketing to more product level sales teams and so forth. And then lower CDP implementation costs is a big thing. It goes back to garbage in, garbage out. Why send garbage profiles to a CDP? A lot of times CDP cost model is structured on the amount of profiles you have. So having that pre-stitched identity before it goes into the CDP could help give you operational efficiencies there as well. But that's a base foundation of the marketing data foundation. Brad's gonna walk you through a lot of use cases we have for our clients.
Awesome, thanks.
Over to you.
All right, so we're gonna be focused today on one particular client in the travel and hospitality industry. They came to us to build a marketing data foundation for them a while back, like probably about 10 years ago. They had a number of different problems they wanted to solve. For one thing, their customer and marketing data were siloed in all kinds of different locations. They weren't getting really enough attention from IT to build a marketing specific data platform that met their needs. And then of course they had a bunch of different use cases envisioned for this data, right? Attribution, audience segmentation, data activation, and so forth. So today, the marketing data foundation that we built for them, again, nearly a decade ago, still keeps turning up new use cases, new business cases that really empower the marketers to do their jobs more efficiently. Today, it powers everything from an automated abandoned search emailing system to their marketing operations programs, both triggered and ad hoc campaigns. We've done some audience segmentation for them. Bespoke multi-touch attribution model, you name it. This marketing data foundation has everything there, right? It's got your marketing data, it's got your digital touch points, it's got your any kind of enrichment, profile enrichment data, and it's all stitched together at the customer level, which makes it extremely powerful. So there are basically two use cases that I want to touch on here that are very fundamental to digital marketing efforts. One is audience, and the other is measurement and attribution. Once you know which campaigns are working and against which audiences, you've got a pretty good idea of where your next best dollar is going to go. So here is a real case study that we ran out of the Marketing Data Foundation, where we leveraged machine learning against these first-party customer profiles to identify behaviorally distinct customer segments that may map onto various different business initiatives and marketing campaigns. The idea here is that they want to run an upsell campaign for a premium product, and they want to identify audiences with high penchants for that premium product. So we have these first-party customer profiles that includes demographic information from third parties, that includes all transactional information, that includes all of your digital touch points, all of your marketing down to impressions, and you have a very good idea of who these people are, what they respond to, and so forth. So we ran some machine learning, just as you might do in Databricks if you set up your MDF in Databricks, right? We found a couple of different customer segments. We were calling them cluster 2 and cluster 5 for anonymity here, that seemed underserved in marketing, but still to have a high chance of responding to upsell messaging. We actually activated against these audiences. So you can imagine taking your data out of your MDF, piping it into your CDP, and orchestrating a customer journey from there, right? and we found about a 1.5% statistically significant revenue lift. That doesn't sound like a lot, but this company, who we're leaving anonymous for now, has complete brand saturation. Everybody's aware of who they are. It's very difficult for them to get lifts. So this was actually a pretty big step up in order to generate 1.5% lift. And it didn't cost anything. This is just getting more efficient by picking better customer segments for your campaigns, right? Finally, on this slide, you look at the upper left here, we have a really great customer analytics dashboard that can be built right on top of your MDF, right? So whatever visualization tool you like, Power BI, Tableau, Domo, whatever it is, it can sit right on top of your MDF, and you can do all kinds of analytical reporting out of it, audience sizing, slicing, geo, demographic, and of course, the ML-driven customer segments. Okay, the second component is attribution, which pretty much all marketing organizations identify as a pain point. Which of my campaigns are actually working and which ones are not? Of course, as already mentioned, your MDF already has all of the different digital touch points that you need to create a multi-touch attribution system. There are all kinds of different methods available for this. Of course, your data science and analytics teams, of course, can build those, whether you're sophisticated and running incrementality analysis against new campaigns to make sure they're really having the impact that you think they are, whether you're using multi-touch attribution to figure out the synergies between your various different channels and figure out where your next best dollar is spent. And then finally, another visualization here, the customer journey mapping. One more time, you have all of your touch points stitched to a single profile. You can easily show what your customer journeys look like. That's really informative from a couple of different standpoints. One, it can help with strategizing and orchestrating your customer journey, right? So potentially through a CDP. And number two, it helps you educate other organizations about why the marketing efforts are so valuable. What are the synergies between different campaigns? This is a real world customer journey map, the Sankey diagram in the lower right, that we put together. You can see flowing in and out of all of these different channels. There are many different people. There's a long research process that goes into this, and other organizations might not be aware of that. So very helpful for kind of getting alignment on new marketing campaigns and initiatives and things like that. So that, again, covers audience and attribution, all powered by your marketing data foundation. You can build it in Databricks. You can build it in any data platform you want, and then it ties into the rest of your Martech stack, for example, for Geoff's team to activate on and take it to the next level. So we all appreciate your time today. It's difficult to compete with lunch, so we're glad you came out. And this is not a marketing conference, but we're sure there are some marketers out there. We invite you all to visit us at booth 106, the Hexaware booth, directly opposite us in the expo hall here. Geoff and I would love to talk to you about Martech, marketing science, anything like that. So again, I appreciate your time today. Thanks, everyone.
All right, thank you, guys.